Gunderson.
Yeah, there's nothing short about his runs at all, and NBC 11's Bob Riddell is trying to keep up with him right now. Bob?
Well, you guys, we're on, I guess we'd have to say, is one of the flatter hills here in Diamond Heights in San Francisco. I'm actually running because there's a car coming. I don't want to get hit.
Hitch a ride and beat him to the top.
That's usually how I do it. Go ahead, sir. All right. But this is 29th Street, and also known as one of Jonathan Gunderson's training hills. Is that a pretty easy hill for you?
I'd say so. You do this about 10, 15 times in a session. So.
And you're doing this pretty much every day of the week. Yeah. Because on July 22nd, like your t-shirt says, it's the Badwater. Excuse me. Catch my breath. Badwater's pathetic, isn't it? I mean, we went, what, like 25 yards. I'm already dying here. Badwater Ultramarathon. Ultramarathon being Death Valley, halfway up Mount Whitney for how many miles?
135 miles.
And you did this last year?
Yeah.
And what's possessing you to do it again?
Just the challenge. It's a different challenge every year, and I think anytime you do a race like that, challenge doesn't change, but the conditions always do. So.
And it's a 60-hour time limit. Last year, you finished it in 43 hours, 37th place. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And at the time, you're the youngest person in the race. Tell me about the race. What goes through your mind as you're hitting these different levels of exhaustion?
I think it's just an amazing thing. I mean, I think first you're hitting that whole level when you're going through the valley, the first 42 miles below sea level, and it's just hot and it's just crazy out there. And I think part of it is just the isolation of being out there and being in this really kind of eerie place. I guess the best way to describe it is like a sauna without a door out. So,
how hot is it?
I can get up as high. Last year was about 126 degrees in the shade.
And what's the pavement?
Pavement gets close to 200 degrees.
So you're trying to avoid the black asphalt.
Yeah, people are cooking breakfast on the asphalt. So.
And so you're trying to run on the white line?
Yeah.
And so what do you do to keep hydrated, to keep from passing out?
Well, there's my crew is there with me all the time, and they're constantly, every mile or two, they're constantly handing me new water bottles. They're putting ice inside my cap. They're spraying me down. They're doing every manner possible to make sure that my body temperature doesn't get too hot. So.
How many times did you want to quit?
Probably about 5 or 6 at
really?
least.
I mean, do you have moments where you're like, I'm done, this is ridiculous?
You just get moments where you're there and just, they were telling me I had this completely disgusted look on my face. It was just completely out of it. And I think a lot of it is just, you realize they came a long way, they sacrificed, you sacrificed, and I think that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me going.
And what got you into this? You said it was something that happened in 2001?
Yeah, my grandmother and the pastor of my church both had terminal cancers, and I'd always been used to playing team sports, and my uncles were big runners, and I had a chance to take up running and ran my first marathon, trained for about 6 or 7 weeks, and a buddy of mine and I went out there and just had a great time, and I think it just kind of progressed from there.
Do you ever get frightened doing this? I just don't understand how you look at 135 miles and go, I'm going to get from point A in this desert halfway up Mount Whitney, which is 135 miles away, and keep it up.
I think you look at it kind of like you look at life. I mean, there's really a bunch of small challenges along the way, and each one has a different component to it. And you're not thinking about Whitney Portal and the finish line. You're just thinking about what you have to do at that moment and what you have to accomplish and get done.
Jonathan Gunderson, July 22nd. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
And you got a website. We linked it to our website at NBC11.com. You got a charity, I know, and if people want to go.
Yeah, it's a World Harvest Mission, and it's www.worldharvestmission.org, and they do great work with the children in Africa, where my pastor was from, and
super,
and it's tremendous.
Continue the run.
Thank you very much.
All right. Are you kidding me? I'm not going anywhere else.
That's the way, Bob.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
You guys are about over there, so I'll be there in about tomorrow.
All right.
That'd be
it's all downhill from there.
Watch your knees.
A rare public debut.